Hello there, welcome to Rajiv Gandhi IAS Academy, and today I'll be analyzing 1st January 2022 newspaper. So, moving on with the first news. The first news is regarding FCRA, and the government has decided for licensing of NGO to be extended up to 3 months, and the Union Home Ministry extended another 3 months the validity of the license of FCRA registered NGOs. So FCRA registered NGOs license which were to be renewed by December 31st. Now it will be extended up to March 31st. So this is the news, and a registration under the FCRA, that is Foreign Contribution Regulation Act, is mandatory for any NGO or association to receive foreign funds, and it is renewed every 5 years. And also the extension is in public interest, and however no relief is given to Mission of Charity, that is MOC, which is the organization founded by Mother Teresa, as the ministry said that non-government organization whose request for renewal was turned down would not be eligible to receive or utilize the foreign contribution, and only around 5,000 renewal of application were processed out of 22,762. Only 5,000 renewal were processed, and due to COVID-19 pandemic and the amendments to the FCRA Act, and that introduced other stringent compliance measure, and many NGOs could not complete the process. Basically, there was this clause where they have to open an account in the SBI main branch in New Delhi. So SBI main branch in New Delhi, uh, they have to open an account, their FCRA account over there. So due to Corona and many kind of restriction, they were not able to majority of them were not able to complete these compliances. So only 5,000 renewals are done, and rest 22,000, rest of the 17,000 renewal are still pending. So moving on with the news. So what is this FCRA? So FCRA basically regulates foreign donation. It is related with regulation of foreign donation, and it ensures that such contribution do not adversely affect internal security of India. And it was first enacted in 1976, and amendment was done in 2010, with new measures were adopted, and FCRA is applicable to all association group and NGO, applicable to all, and which are intended to receive foreign organized donation. So nothing is exempted, except we all know that PM Cares was exempted from this FCRA rule, and it is but as we all know, PM Cares is not an NGO, so this point is not valid for PM Cares also. There was this hue and cry from many sides that why PM Care is not a FCRA, but the thing is it's not an NGO. So also it is mandatory for all NGO to register themselves under FCRA, and the registration is initially valid for registration is mandatory is mandatory and is valid for a period of 5 years, and it can be renewed subsequently if they comply with all the norms. So why was this FCRA basically enacted? So the FCRA sought to consolidate the acceptance of utilization of, obviously, the foreign contribution. So this was the thing with the FCRA, that the foreign contribution or foreign hospitality by individual, association, or companies should be consolidated at a one place, and it sought to prohibit such contribution from being used for activities which is not for national interest. So basically, two reason why FCRA was enacted. First was that all the funding should be consolidated and utilized, and also that national interest should be there, and anything which goes against national interest should be prohibited. So what was the recent amendments which was done in FCRA, which is kind of put a controversy over this whole FCRA thing? So it was amended in about September 2020, and introduced some new restriction, and the government says that it did so because it found that many recipients were wanting in compliance with provision relating of filling of annual returns and maintenance of accounts. So account maintenance was a problem. Account maintenance was a problem. So recent amendment have done with this account maintenance thing. And also many did not utilize the fund received for intended objective. So misutilization, we can say, misutilization of funds was there. And also it claimed that the annual inflow as foreign contribution almost doubled from 2010 to 2019. It is almost two times. So we have to notify some new amendments, so that these kind of new compliance should be adjusted. And the FCRA registration of 19,000 organization was cancelled after this new amendment. So we can see how much big of a issue that must have been. So how has the law changed thing? So first it is that it has there are least three major changes that NGO found too restrictive. And these three major changes are this much. And these are a small thing which are which is causing discomfort to NGOs. So first major change is prohibition of fund transfer. What that means, that a amendment to section 7, there is this section 7 of the act, completely prohibits the transfer of foreign funds received by an organization to any individual. So section 7 can completely prohibits the transfer. So there is a prohibition of direct fund transfer also. And there is also directed at single bank account. What this means, that another amendments mandate that every person granted a certificate is granted, or prior permission to receive overseas fund. So certificate or prior permission to receive overseas fund must open an account at FCRA bank account in a designated branch of SBI New Delhi, as I have discussed. So a certificate should be given, or a prior permission should be taken, and then they have to open an account as FCRA account at SBI New Delhi. So single bank account was there. This is a problem. And utilization of fund also. So what is in this, that all foreign funds should be received only in this account, that is this FCRA account. And it cannot be received in any other account except this. And however, the recipient are allowed to open another FCRA bank account in any scheduled bank for utilization. But first it should come to this. So utilization of fund is a problem, because if they wanted that all foreign funds should come to a account, then from this account they can transfer it to different accounts. But first it should come to a FCRA account. So this is a major problem with the utilization of the fund. And also there is this shared information. So these three are the major problems, and the minor problems are shared information. That means the designated bank will inform authorities about any foreign remittance. So this will and all the details should be given. So the privacy of the recipient as well as the sender should not be there. And it shows, and the manner it is received, there will be no privacy. So this was also a mm, point discomfort for NGOs. And also Aadhaar was mandatory. So the government authorized to take the Aadhaar numbers of all the key functioning. So Aadhaar number should be taken of all the receiver of any organization which applying for FCRA registration or for approval of receiving foreign funds. So as we all know, many people are hesitant in giving their Aadhaar number. So this was also a issue. And also they put a cap on administrative expenditure. That is, the portion of receipt allowed as administrative expenditure was removed from 50% to 20%. Means previously they can use 50% of the funds for an NGO can use 50% of the funds for their administrative use. But now they have to use only, they can use only 20%, and rest 80% should be used for another expenses except the administrative expenses. So this is one of the major issues. And the other thing which is there is that the other thing that there were many criticism around of this FCRA. And the first criticism, as we all know, the restriction put is said to be arbitrary. And NGO questioned the law, considering the prohibition on transfer of arbitrary. And also there was none sharing of funds. Means is that the consequences will be that a recipient cannot fund other organization. and when foreign help is received as material, it becomes impossible to share the aid, as a single FCRA account is there, so it cannot link other NGOs to that FCRA account. So a single NGO linkage should be there. So sharing of funds is not possible as it was previously. And also the irrationality of designated bank account. So there is no rational link between designating a particular branch of a particular bank with the objective of preserving national interest. So why only SBI New Delhi is there? Why not any other branches there? What about those who are living in northeast, those NGO who are in northeast? What about those NGO who are in south of India? So they all have to open an account. So there is this irrationality, and also there is this unease of operation, because due to Delhi based bank account, it is inconvenient for all the NGOs for operating. And the narrative, it seems to be illogical for national security, because national security cannot be cited as a reason without adequate justification. And it is also in the Pegasus, we all know Pegasus Supreme Court case, although it is not connected with the FCRA, but just for information, in the Pegasus Supreme Court judgment, the Supreme Court said that national security cannot be cited as a reason without justification. So whenever national security is there, it should be it should be given a justification. And without justification, we cannot say that government is doing this for national security. And this was a judgment in the Pegasus SC verdict. So this was the criticism. And what's the government stand? So government is saying that it got zero tolerance against intervention, and the amendments were necessary to prevent foreign state and non-state actor from interfering with the country's political and internal matter. And also the diversion of the foreign funds, because the changes are also needed to prevent malpractice of NGO. These are all the government points, and whenever we are writing, we have to mention these points also, because at the end we will be representing government. And because executive is a part of government, and we all are preparing for executive. So diversion of foreign funds is a part. And also this fund flow monitoring, the provision of having one designated bank for receiving foreign funds is aimed at making it easier to monitor the flow of fund. Okay, so for monitoring of fund, a single account is given, a single bank is designated. Okay, so these are all the points of the government. And also this ease of operation, and the government clarified that there was no need for anyone to come to Delhi to open the account, as it can be done remotely also. So ease of operation is there. As we all know, there is now a connected bank system is there, so it can be opened from anywhere. So this is where the government stand. So moving on to the next news.